Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today we're taking another look at 𝗲𝗂, and in this 𝗲𝗂 update we're going to be talking about what's going on most recently with the price action of the one coin. As we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another update. Right, with that said, done out of the way, let's get into some technical analysis here on the 𝗲𝗂 protocol. We are going to start things off with 𝗲𝗂 to the USDT. We are using Binance as a data source, and this is our weekly chart. As we can see very clearly here on the weekly chart, this is the area of main kind of resistance. Now, this basically represents the 618.702.786 area of the Fibonacci retracement. And as you can see, as we were here previously, we were rejected before we went down to the accumulation zone. We can see that we're being rejected right now from the exact same point. This is a major area for 𝗲𝗂, and it's where the rejections are coming in quite strongly. Okay, so far on this 5 impulse waves to the upside, this seems to be the main sticking point for us. That being said, though, this kind of pullback was expected because we were so overbought on that daily chart. The daily chart is now corrected, and we'll get down to that in a moment and what that actually means for the smaller, shorter term, such as the hourly, what to expect today and what to expect going forward. Now, obviously, we are looking to peak the bull run at around 79 cents, pushing up towards that dollar level here for 𝗲𝗂. This now represents about 700% in gains still to be expected during this bull run. So still some pretty good gains to be had. It's still short of 10x, a little bit less than that now, but there's still plenty of gains to be expected here with 𝗲𝗂. It can be frustrating when you see these rejections from these key technical areas, but once you get going with 𝗲𝗂, you'll start seeing good runs just like this. Now, obviously, if we take a look at from March 2020 through to March of 2021, we've seen 𝗲𝗂 gain 18,943%. Obviously, significant gains have been made, and with 700% more to come, obviously the profits now are starting to dwindle down a little bit. If you were buying at the top of wave 3, however, there is still gains to be made. We can obviously take a look, and we'll just throw this up there. Your gains would basically be representing 250%. So if you had bought at the worst possible point at the top of wave 3, that would still be a 253% gain by the time we get to the end of the bull run. So patience is absolutely key when it comes to these things. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and ultimately, you have to wait for the right technical environments to allow things to continue. With that being said, there are some fantastic fundamental stuff also going on in the background, so it's going to be quite an interesting project to see how everything unfolds during the rest of this year, and obviously as we talk multi-years, because obviously when we start talking about 2025, 2030, there are a handful of projects that are doing exactly what is required to survive through I guess the crypto winter, as Lee from 𝗲𝗂 called it. So lots kind of going on. And I do think that we're going to see some significant profits in the next few months. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about on this weekly chart, obviously, is the overbought area, and that we are heading up there, right? We have actually got to 72 on the stochastic fast line, 54 on the slow line, and ultimately we are heading up to this area here where we will start to see a bit of a pullback. Now, my expectations are we'll see this kind of scenario where we have a little bit of a pullback like this. And that will basically correct us, and then we'll go back up into the overbought area where we finish the bull run nice and high. Things will actually get going very, very quickly once we get through kind of September, in my opinion. I think once we get past the all-time high, things will be pretty much done and dusted within a few weeks. We'll get up to those really high levels when everything goes parabolic, everyone starts FOMOing in, and that'll be the end of the bull run, and we'll basically be able to cash out on some of our exit strategies on that journey to the upside. Right, so let's actually start talking about what's going on most recently. When we jump down into our daily chart, this is where we start to see where we're getting rejected from, right? Because this is the area that we've been rejected from previously, using this high area here, so the high of 18.8 cent and the low down here. If I actually just shoot that back down, so the low, which was down here on the 22nd of June, which came in at 4.7 cents. So this particular correction has a Fibonacci retracement area of this, and this obviously then has this area of the 618.702.786 area, and this is where we are constantly being rejected. Okay, this rejection from here comes in line with our expectations of a pullback and has brought us back down to the oversold area, currently tracking at 7.8 on the fast line and 9.9 on the slow. So right now everything is looking pretty good. It can go down a little bit lower, but we'll have a look at the smaller time frames to see what to expect in the shorter term. Right now everything on Harmony is as per expected, and we haven't done too much price damage considering we've had a full correction coming down here from the overbought area. So I think on the next push to the upside we should get past this area. This correction was needed, and we should now hopefully have enough momentum behind us to get past this area here as we continue the growth to the upside. And then obviously we talk about this being the main 618.702.786 where we get that closed candle. That's the bull signal that really helps take Harmony 1 to the next level. So some fantastic things are to come in the next few weeks to months as we finish the year off nice and strong here for Harmony. Okay, right, let's take a look at what's going on with our hourly. Okay, and here we can see a little bit more of that clarity. We see we're tracking on this downward trend. We have kind of invalidated it yesterday, right? We can see we came above it, we pushed back down. We're actually then still trying to break away from it, but actually we broke support just over here. So we're still tracking this trend line to the downside. And again, as my expectations were previously, we're going to find ourselves getting trapped inside the triangular wedge and then push to the upside this way. Obviously, the resistance right now comes in at 10 cent, right, or 10.1. And again, this is an area just around here that we've been tracking. Taking us down to this oversold area, we just haven't had the momentum behind us, and that's allowed us to continue to track this trend line to the downside. We can see that we were oversold down here. Small pushes to the upside have been made, but nothing significant. And when we actually throw the volume on, you can actually see that the volumes have just been kind of a little bit, low and just insignificant. And we can see the volumes have been tracking decreasing nicely, but they're definitely nothing like we've seen previously, like volume like this. But obviously overall, we can see that the volumes have just been tracking down, which means that the market here for Harmony has been cooling off quite a bit. That being said, though, I do think things are going to start heating up, and specifically when we start seeing ourselves get trapped inside of these triangular wedges and as we push to the upside. Now, there's lots of resistances here for Harmony. You can see there's two just here, and here. So basically this area that we've been trying to get through has a lot of resistance points that we can see that we're up against multiple times over, and we've just been unable to be successful at pushing our way through. So I think it's going to take a catalyst of serious change once we get wedged in, and then obviously have a significant push on good buying volume, taking advantage of our space on that stochastic, getting us to a nice overbought area, and again coming back down and back testing this area and then confirming it as a support line to allow us to continue to grow. So a lot to look forward to when it comes to Harmony. I think it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but we are nice and low. Volumes are nice and low. There's a triangular wedge which will be working to our advantage. So I think we could look to drop down to 9.1 as the lowest point. And then that should be the explosion that we need to get us right back up into our yellow box zone, the 618.702.786, before we actually go ahead and get that closed candle in the right position ahead of what we're expecting. But nothing is quick when it comes to Harmony or some of these other protocols. Patience is absolutely key. Have a strategy, stick to it, and do not try to chase the money. If you start thinking about other projects that are doing better right now, that's great, but those are the ones that are going to have pullbacks, right? And it's the ones that are not having the pullbacks right now that are also the ones that are getting ready to move into the next level. So chasing the money never really works. If you keep moving around the projects, you generally lose money on that. So it's best to kind of have a good strategy, stick to the strategy, and you should do fine. Not a financial advisor, obviously, but that is my strategy. It's what I tend to do. I never move between projects unless I have absolutely good cause to do so. Something fundamentally changes with the project that I was invested in. Maybe the team changed. Maybe some of the information's come out that I did not know previously. Then I would change. But otherwise, it just doesn't happen. And I have a strategy before I invest. I stick to the strategy and I sell at my elected slots, and basically during that complete process I can act rationally rather than emotionally, and I will not chase the money as such. So guys, that is my brief update here with Harmony 1. We can see that things are starting to get quite interesting as we get tighter into that triangular wedge. We are expecting to go back up into our area here. We are looking to obviously close above the 786, and that would obviously be at about 12.6 cent. Okay, and getting that closed candle obviously will be a good progress for Harmony. I think we are only weeks to months away from really finishing this bull run in a really strong way for Harmony Protocol here. So guys, hopefully you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I'd really do appreciate that. If you are new, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another update. Guys, with this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.